So many years ago in our existence, which we hope will grow forever strong.
Your country was the first to recognize the United States in the most difficult days of our revolution.
The first nation in the world to recognize the United States was the Kingdom of Morocco.
The first nation to recognize my country was Morocco.
One of the first countries to recognize the United States as an independent nation was a Muslim country, Morocco.
Today I want to share with you the story of a unique friendship that has spanned centuries, defying geography and boundaries. It is the story of Morocco, a nation steeped in rich history and vibrant culture, and the United States of America, a nation born from revolution. This brief video explores the fascinating story of US-Moroccan relations from the early days of recognition to the challenges and achievements of the modern era. We will explore the threads that have woven these two nations together, thanks to a remarkable and enduring partnership that stands as a testament to the power of mutual understanding.
Our story begins in the late 18th century when the American colonies sought to establish trade routes beyond the Atlantic. Picture a time when the young United States was struggling to find its place in the world, a time when Morocco emerged as a key player in international trade. Morocco was the first nation to recognize American independence in 1777. This early diplomatic move laid the groundwork for a long-lasting friendship between the two countries. In 1787, Morocco and the United States signed the Moroccan-American Treaty of Peace and Friendship. This treaty allowed American merchant ships to sail through Moroccan waters safely and granted them protection.
The main event that made it happen was the independence of the United States, which was recognized 1 year after that by Morocco. And then informally, or unofficially, I guess it was, but then 10 years later, one day before the French, in 1787, official recognition of the United States. After that, there's been a long relationship, I guess commercial and loosely political, and until really the time of independence, the meeting at Anfa, then the liberation of Morocco, first from the Germans, from the Vichy government, and then the independence of Morocco.
Heavy gun turrets swing slowly toward Casablanca harbor and let loose a roaring answer to Vichy. The attack has begun.
The strength of Morocco-US relations has withstood the test of time, even during the most challenging moments in history. During World War II, Morocco played a pivotal role in the Allied struggle against Nazi Germany. The historic Anfa Conference, held in Casablanca in 1943, saw Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt plan the Allied European strategy to obtain the unconditional surrender of the Axis powers. Following this momentous event, and just 2 years after Morocco independence, Sultan Mohammed V was invited to make a historic visit to the U.S. in 1957, laying the foundation for the strategic bilateral partnership that would be built during the modern era.
So, as you come here, and we hope that you will learn more about us, as we will learn more about you.
I am confident that your visit here on this occasion will be as fruitful and as beneficial to both of our countries as a visit of your illustrious father with my predecessor, President Eisenhower.
His Majesty King Hassan II visited multiple times during his reign from 1961 to 1999, helping cement and grow this robust partnership. Continuing the tradition of strengthening and deepening Morocco's special relationship with the United States, His Majesty King Mohammed VI also conducted numerous official visits to the United States.
Today we welcome you back in the same spirit of friendship that has joined our two nations since the beginning of the American Republic.
Working to deepen the long-standing bonds between the two nations, he also hosted American dignitaries in Morocco to discuss strategic, economic, and cultural cooperation. Morocco's geographic position at the crossroads of Africa, Europe, and the Middle East gives it immense geopolitical significance. The U.S. has valued Morocco's moderate voice in stabilizing influence. In regions grappling with extremism,
a new partnership.
Morocco has emerged as a key partner for the U.S. in addressing shared global challenges and promoting development and cooperation across various regional, international, and multilateral forums. Morocco's strategic importance as a stabilizing force and a voice of moderation set the stage for the establishment in 2012 of the high-level U.S.-Morocco Strategic Dialogue. This important milestone aimed to boost bilateral relations in 4 key areas: economy, security, culture, and political exchanges.
In many ways, the United States looks to Morocco to be a leader and a model. His Majesty King Mohammed deserves great credit for the work you've undertaken. We're not satisfied with simply having a friendship that is long-standing. We want one that is dynamic, growing, looking toward the future.
Thanks to the level of trust gained through such high-level exchanges, the Morocco-US strategic partnership reached new heights in the 21st century, culminating in the U.S. recognition of Morocco's sovereignty over its Saharan provinces in 2020. This diplomatic breakthrough represented a paradigm shift, acknowledging Morocco's legitimate claims and its widely recognized efforts to resolve this long-standing dispute through diplomacy. This recognition paved the way for both nations to open new horizons for their alliance, based on shared interests, common values, and a forward-looking vision.
This was one of my proudest moments serving in the U.S. government, to be able to not only do the work that enabled this to happen, all the work that had to be done in the State Department to make this happen, but also to actually consolidate this recognition to ensure that this would remain the U.S. policy indefinitely.
On the security front, Morocco has grown into one of America's most reliable and committed partners in the region and is described by the U.S. Department of Defense as a security and stability exporter in the Middle East and Africa. Recognized as a major non-NATO ally, Morocco has actively supported global counterterrorism efforts and participated in numerous peacekeeping and joint military exercises with the U.S.
We have a long-standing, historic, and steadfast partnership with Morocco, which has been such an important force for stability, for peace, for progress, and moderation, something that we deeply value and appreciate. We are working together in so many different areas. We have our upcoming African Lion exercises that you'll be hosting.
One of the key pillars of this strategic cooperation are the annual African Lion military exercises, co-organized by Morocco and the United States. These large-scale drills bring together troops from Africa, Europe, and NATO countries to improve interoperability and enhance readiness. African Lion is the premier joint military exercises on the continent and underscores Morocco's importance as a security provider.
This milestone year for this exercise marks 20 years of working with our Moroccan and our other international partners to build a foundational cooperation and mutual support.
Economic and commercial cooperation has played an equally pivotal role in driving the Morocco-US relationship forward. Building on a firm attachment to free enterprise and liberal economies, Rabat and Washington explored exciting new opportunities for shared prosperity. Trade and investment between Morocco and the United States has flourished, especially after the two countries signed a free trade agreement in 2004.
I appreciate your leadership in the region.
Today, I've informed His Majesty that our government will work to enact a free trade agreement with Morocco. It's in our nation's interest that we do so. His Majesty believes it's in his nation's interest that we have a free trade agreement as well.
This agreement, celebrating this year its 20th anniversary, remains the only one of its kind in Africa and has opened up economic opportunities across several sectors, like aeronautics, automotive, energy, and renewables. American companies have invested billions in Morocco, viewing it as a gateway to Africa. Morocco is also a growing destination for American tourists, benefiting from daily direct flights operated by Royal Air Maroc, and is currently the third African country to host major U.S. hotel chains. Meanwhile, Moroccan businesses have expanded their footprint in the U.S. market. Thanks to the FTA, bilateral trade has tremendously increased to reach $5 billion in 2023, and U.S. exports to Morocco increased by 700%, while Morocco's exports to the United States tripled in value. Undoubtedly, cross-cultural and people-to-people ties have been at the heart of the success story that is the U.S.-Morocco relationship. Morocco's diverse cultural and spiritual heritage has always been a source of inspiration for American artists and intellectuals. From the literary greats of the Beat generation to the rock stars of the 1960s and 70s until present day, where Morocco has become a privileged film destination for Hollywood, the fascination for Morocco's beautiful landscapes, bold colors, mesmerizing sounds, and boundless creativity is enduring. An enduring symbol of the historic exchange between the people of Morocco and the United States is the Tangier American Legation. This diplomatic building, which housed the U.S. Embassy in Morocco from 1821 to 1956, is the only American federal landmark overseas. Now a museum and cultural center, the legation stands as a testament of the shared values of mutual understanding and openness to the outside world that have bound these two countries across centuries and oceans. The vibrant Moroccan-American diaspora has equally played a key role through their valuable contributions to U.S. society across all fields.
المغرب هي بلاد يونيك ما كاينش شي بلاد أخرى بحال المغرب ما أعرفش شنو ولكن كاين شي حاجة في البلاد وفي الأرض المغربي اللي ما كاينش شي بلاد أخرى وشي ناس أخرى بحال المغرب والناس من المغرب.
These people-to-people connections have been instrumental in building bridges between our two countries and remain a greatest source of hope for an even brighter future.
I like to play soccer with my friends. I'm hoping to play with the Moroccan international team, hopefully in the World Cup eventually. Just because I live in America doesn't mean I forgot about Morocco. I like to go every year. Last time we went was last year in August. It was a really fun time. I met a lot of friends, tried a lot of new foods, went places I've never been before. I so love being a Moroccan. I can't stop it.
As we reflect on the rich history that binds Morocco and the U.S., we are reminded that bonds between nations can transcend distance, languages, and cultures. This year, as we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the enthronement of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, we also commemorate two significant bilateral milestones: the 20th anniversary of the signing of the U.S.-Morocco Free Trade Agreement and the 20th Africa Line exercise. These milestones are not just markers of time, but symbols of our shared commitment to economic prosperity, regional stability, and strengthening our strategic alliance. As we celebrate these achievements, we look forward to a future of renewed promise built upon our shared interests and a mutual desire to cultivate a world of peace, progress, and prosperity.